What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you that were hanging out. First and foremost, happy birthday, Jared. I didn't know today was your birthday. Happy birthday, Jared Miller. I see everybody telling him happy birthday in the chat. Glad to have all of you here. Last minute, not completely last minute. While I was at the gym, I was like, you know what? I didn't go live yesterday. Let me go ahead and do a live stream, catch up with my people today. So topic today's sin of the day / full review sparked this idea, fragrances that had to grow on me. I have 3 great examples of fragrances that had to grow on me, some faster than others. Some took years, you know. The last one we're going to talk about took a long ass time, but it grew on me to where I really appreciate it for what it is these days. And my wife's a big fan of it. So we've got 43 of you already in the first minute. Let's go ahead and get into right away my sin of the day. Full review out this morning of Eros Parfum. So, and while we're at it, while you guys are putting your sin of the days down below, this is the first fragrance we're talking about. This is my 3rd wearing this week. I've done several test sprays since I got it. I was underwhelmed and a little disappointed on my first impressions when it came in. I had really, really high hopes for this because I'm a big fan of the EDP, and it's grown on me quite a bit. I still feel the same way about the opening. It's not as smooth as I would have liked it to be, but boy, that changes pretty quickly as it starts to dry and settle in. So much smoother, so much warmer. Amber and apple. It's all about the amber and the apple. The mint geranium combo for that minty freshness is kind of a supportive player. It's not overly minty. It's not as minty fresh as the other 2 variations. And I'm not talking about flame. I'm talking about the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum. And I'll tell you what, this one, it's lovely. As it settles down, the dry down is gorgeous on this. And the performance really gives you this consistent scent profile to just enjoy for the life of it on your skin. So my sin of the day today, also did a full review on this one today. Make sure to go check that out if you haven't yet. Eros Parfum. This one definitely had to grow on me. It grew on me quickly. These 3 are in order of how quickly they grew on me. From this was the quickest to the next one. Took a little bit longer than this one. Then the last one took a lot longer than the first 2 combined even. But Eros Eau de Parfum, what do you guys think about that one? Let me know. I'm very curious. Let me catch up on some of these sin of the days. We got 60 people in the first 2 minutes. I appreciate you guys. I got behind really fast. See Matt, Clinton, Up for Shave, Dave. Of course, Jad's already in here. Got to see some more Kajal in your rotations. It's been a little while. You're absolutely right. Shame on me. I actually have all of Mo's subsidiary line, Eau de Mo, that came in recently. I'm going to be spending time with those in the coming weeks. Black Annabis, great move. Sin of the day, YEDP, 1 million lucky. You guys are smelling really good. Club Black. Got a lot of college and NBA games. Would you recommend wearing the same gym frags to the games? It depends. I mean, do you want people to potentially compliment on your scent sitting in the row? I would wear something a little bit stronger than a typical gym fragrance, but I mean, that's up to you. Big clothing brands putting lines from rack stores. I wonder if they spread to frags. Probably so. Randy, what's going on? Just picked up Magnetic. If you're interested, Ross, I'll send you an Insta where I can get it from France. Please do. I'm interested in it. I may not buy it right away, but Boss the Scent Magnetic, I am interested in. Hez, how are you? I received your package today as well. Beautiful packaging, by the way. I love the file style box that it came in. Like we'll do a video on that real soon. I'll probably do a first impressions on Bourbon Street for you guys. Hey, all got Noir Extreme the other day, and I love it. Red Tobacco, Bulgari Aquamarine. That's a good one, Jim. For the gym, Lance. It's not too strong. I would still go easy on it, me personally, but I mean, you're going to smell incredible. Even if you put 10 sprays on, you're going to smell great. Dossier's version of Le Labo Noir 29. So that's not for me because I don't have a bottle. Second Soul, DJ, my man. That's what I'm talking about. Happy birthday, Jared. Sin of the day, Jimmy Choo Man Intense at work right now, so I'll catch this live later. Much love from Guam. Thank you for joining us all the way from Guam. Purple Sapphire from Sammy Andrews. That's a good one. Sorry, Sin of the day. Thought you were talking about lunch. Black Angus. No, Black Annabis from Sphinx Fragrances, Jad. YEDT. That's my favorite in the line. Y'all doing well. Cardivan Vintage by Banana Republic. Picked it up yesterday at TJ Maxx. Sensual Obsessions, Andy Warhol, one of my favorites in my collection. We got 80 people already. I appreciate you guys. 37 likes is disappointing, though, guys. We're better than that. Make sure to hit that thumbs up real quick. Do me a favor. Hey, how is the second soul? So I actually did a full review on it if you want my opinion on it, but I'm sure others will weigh in throughout as well, because obviously mine's a little bit more biased because Justin's my friend and I'm in that project with him. But I mean, it's phenomenal, and I haven't seen anybody really say anything different. So people seem to be really enjoying it. Bunch of really good sin of the days. After Effect, a good dupe of Side Effect. Dan, what's going on? Boss Bottled EDT Classic. No, I'm sick of the snow. I hate I hate the slop fest that comes with the snow. It's pretty on the ground. As long as the concrete's cleaned up, I'm good. But following a snow and driving through it's a pain in the ass. Sin of the day, Irish Spring. There we go. Bunch of good ones. Sin of the night of the Immortals. Tarathi Blue. I saw you post earlier. View some of your favorite female fragrances. I do have a few. I have a collaboration video coming up for the spring on Andrea's channel for some female choices for the spring. Me, Justin, and Andrea just did a Zoom. Matter of fact, we've been Zooming once a week. Just did a Zoom before this live stream. Otherwise, I would have went live like an hour and a half ago. So we have some stuff in the works. Speaking of, now that's not going to be on my channel, but I do have several on my channel. The only downside to doing those is nobody watches those videos. Like they're my weakest performing videos because 96% of my audience is male. So I mean, I have no issue doing them. It's just they perform terribly. When I do them, I don't have too much interest in them. So I mean, if we get a decent amount of interest, like maybe I'll put a poll up in the next couple of days, and if we can get a decent amount of interest, I have no problem doing that because my wife's collection has grown quite a bit with some really, really good stuff recently. That I wouldn't mind talking about. I've talked about a few of them. Check out my Sphinx Fragrances video. I've talked about those two. And then my Mossy video, I talked about the women's version there. The women's is better than the men's for Mossy. Aqua de Parma Oud, Colonia Club, Signature Noir. Happy birthday, Jared. At work right now. Catch you later. Stop by to show some love. Jimmy Two Man Intense. We appreciate you, Dylan. Thank you, man. Yeah, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Let's see. His Fire Dry Down is so nice. Dior Homme Sport 2021. I mean, it's hard not to like any of the Dior Homme Sport versions. All four. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it, Clinton. Thanks so much for giving it a try. All right, so I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Duncan's in the house. Here we go. Missoni Pour Homme was the one that grew on me. That's what I'm talking about. I want to get some feedback from you guys. What's a fragrance that had to grow on you that you just weren't a fan of? Like maybe let's use this as an example. Maybe it's something you saw was hyped on social media. You got it and you're like, it's a head scratcher. Like, this is what's so great. And then after a few times of wearing it, you're like, okay, I get it now. Okay, this is really good. What's one of those fragrances for you guys? Appreciate you starting us off, Duncan. Not saying somebody didn't ahead of time, but I had to skip ahead a little bit. Montrese in the house wearing Calvin Klein EDP. Which one? Eternity? Defy? Very curious. Think fast. Better date night fragrance, Evening Mystique or Second Soul? I would have to go with Evening Mystique because of the resins and the smoke. It's a bit more mysterious. Justin's is more boozy and leathery. It depends on your taste, but I mean, obviously, I'm going to say Evening Mystique because I like to wear a lot of iris fragrances for dinner. There you go. Incense, spices. That's all stuff I like to wear in the evening. Hence the reason this was created in the first place. That's what I like for evenings. So naturally, that is my choice. Now slap that like button like your mama taught you right. That's what I'm talking about, Jared. Get them. Birthday boy said, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you, Jared. It's Jared's birthday for those of you just getting here. Obsession EDP. All right. Okay. You need to find that Ben Sherman signature. It's really good. It's really good for the money. Encre Noir Sport had to grow on me, but only took 2 days. That was the one that was an immediate, like, not quite love, but I really liked it. It was my favorite of the three. And then the more I sprayed it, once I got the bottle instead of the decant, because I have the decants right there, I fell in love with it. I love Encre Noir Sport. One of the few vetiver fragrances that I can say I love that fragrance. It's so good. Bentley Ferment Intense. Rosé had to grow on me. I love it now, but at first I kind of thought it smelled like urine. That's an interesting take. So to each their own. So there's an interesting one for you guys. Prada Ocean took a while for me to enjoy. Recently got a couple compliments from the Most Wanted Intense. You mean the Parfum? That's really good. I sprayed that on my hand last night. Where's it at? The hell is it? Right there. I sprayed this on my hand last night. Matter of fact, label's coming off, but Most Wanted Parfum. I'm almost out. I'm gonna get a bottle at some point. I like it. You know, I like it a lot. I do like the Most Wanted more than the Parfum, but I like them both. Rosassi de Rege. Wasn't a big fan of the original Azaro. I'm assuming Pour Homme. So I'm guessing that had to grow on you. Lacoste White for Royal Rumble Party. What grew on me was Michael Malone, Citizen Jack Absolute. I don't have any experience with that one. I know Justin does. Signature Noir. Great choice. Rochus Loam had to grow on you. Native 78. Okay. That's one that was an instant love for me. I mean, it's no secret. You guys have seen me talk about it on the channel. Big fan of that fragrance. Great 3-season choice. Spring, summer, fall, in my opinion. For my taste. One of the better blue fragrances come out in a long time. So Drapoise grew on me after I let go of my annoyance that it isn't an Aventus clone and that it's its own thing. Thank you for pointing that out, because so many people say it's a great clone of Aventus. No, it is not. It is not a clone of that scent profile. It's got a similar vibe. There's subtle nuances that they kind of share, but in no way, shape, or form is that the same fragrance. That's maybe their version of it in a sense of that's their everyday go-to mass appealing fragrance. That's kind of how I've always looked at it, but the scent profiles are not the same. They are not. And anybody says, oh yeah, they are, they're close, your nose is broken. They're not. They're not close. They're totally different fragrances and do their own thing, and they do similar jobs, one being fresher than the other because of the lack of smoke and stuff like that. But both great. Obviously, I like this one better. But I appreciate you saying that, because I completely agree with you. Completely agree. Toy Boy grew on me, becoming one of my favorites now. That one I can see being polarizing for some, because it's a weird rose fragrance, you know? Not everybody's into rose, just like earlier with Ethan talking about rosé. Le Male Parfum. Oh, that was an instant love for me. Oh, I love that fragrance. That's so good. But I get it. I get it. It's different. If you're not used to these very powdery iris fragrances, I could see where it'd be a little bit of a challenge at first. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme grew on me after the pepper note calms down a bit. Okay. So speaking of, let's go to my next one. This one, the first time I smelled it for my first impressions, because I blind bought it, I was like, ooh, this kind of smells like Robitussin. Some of you remember when this happened and know exactly what I'm talking about. It's got almost a medicinal feel because it smells like Robitussin. The first time I smelled it, I had to acquire the taste for it, I guess you could say. We're talking about Invictus Platinum. It's this herbal feel at the top, but I'll tell you what, as it starts to dry, this stuff gets really, in fact, I'm gonna spray it on my hand. This stuff gets really good really fast. But the first time I smelled it, I was like, why does this smell like Robitussin cough syrup? You know, and I still get a little, every time I spray it, I get a little bit of that in the opening blast. It's there, but boy, there's this minty, fresh green tone. Like I said, very herbal at the same time, herbaceous tone. And then you start to get that Invictus sweet bubblegum smell in the background that comes out more and more. It's probably the most unique, even more so than Legend in the Invictus line. More than Victory. This one's the furthest departure, I think, from the original's DNA, but still kind of brings it back in a roundabout way as it dries down. See, it's getting really good really fast. Super underrated at this point. I don't see anybody talking about it. Hell, I haven't been talking about it. I haven't been wearing it. And maybe it'll go back in the rotation because it's definitely strong enough for this to cut through this cold weather. This is surprisingly enjoyable. I really, really enjoy this version. I do plan on getting Victory soon to give that one another chance. And I'm excited about Victory Elixir, but this kind of become a dark horse in the Invictus line. It doesn't really get any love. And it's pretty good. Like I said, it was kind of weird for me the first time I sprayed it. And within the coming weeks of me spending time with it, 2 weeks or whatever, I fell in love with it slowly. It took a little bit of time, though. Paco Rabanne's Invictus Platinum. Maybe not everybody saw that one coming because none of these are in the thumbnail, you know. Maybe Pardoned by Nasamato ended up giving it away, although I don't mind having it again. Was the one that had to grow on me. So 2 in a row. He agrees with you, Jag. Goldfield and Banks, Silky Woods. Happy birthday, Jared. LIVESTREAM. Love it now. Hey, I get it. That's a lot of people's favorite. No joke, Rosé. Wasn't a huge fan of Rose, so didn't reach for it for months after I got it. Then wore it randomly and made me love it. It's a 9.5 out of 10 for me now. Top 5 in my collection. That's a lot of people's experience with Rosé because not everybody's a fan of rose fragrances, but it's such a unique rose. It's so unique. It's so good. Been seeing Toy Boy at the rack stores. There was a time when it was hitting the rack stores a few years ago. It's nice to hear that they're hitting it again. The rack stores are getting better. All the stuff I like, hats, sneakers, and fragrances. Depends on the rack store, though. It's been dry for a little bit, but Marshall's here is abysmal. But the Ross Dress for Lesses and the Burlingtons are where it's at for fragrances. It's just all the stuff I've been seeing I already have that I would consider worth getting. So I've been seeing more sneakers that I've been picking up lately. Funny enough, took me a bit to warm up to it. Halloween Man X, I get it. Thought it was too sweet at first. Fair enough. Fahrenheit EDT had to grow on Danimal. Zaharoff Nighttime had to grow. Why Parfum? Why Le Parfum? Where's it at? I think I'm getting that this next month. Next fragrance haul, I think I'm getting that. Where's it at? Ha ha. No, that's Le Male Le Parfum. Damn it. It's in here somewhere. Is that it? That is it. Why Le Parfum? Running low on that one too. I just randomly spray these on my hand. That's what I do with these decants. I don't really do too many full wearings with decants. I just do random sprays to just kind of sit here and enjoy when I'm sitting around doing nothing, watching TV or editing a video or something like that. Rare Carbon, just got it. Yeah, Rare Carbon's the bomb. Just got Afnan Marassa. I don't know, because I love Rare Carbon. I love Rare Carbon. So that's an interesting take. 61 likes, 112 people. We could do better than this, guys. We're better than this. Nah, it was the OG most wanted. Okay, 10-4. Mr. Burberry Indigo. What's up, Danimal? Okay, there you go. Ferragamo Uomo had to grow on him. Didn't like it the first time he wore it. I could see that if you're not a big fan of sweet fragrances. I mean, it's a coffee, dessert, cake-like type of scent profile, tiramisu and coffee. It's gorgeous. It gets a lot of hype. Over the years, it's gotten a ton of hype, but there's good reason for it. But I could see if you're not a huge fan of sweet, might have to give it a little bit of time to see if it's really going to be for you. Oud for Glory wasn't doing it for me at first sniff, and took a good 4 to 5 wearings to change my mind. Love it now. Look, some fragrances are just like that. It's just like that. I hate the Stronger With You line. Oh, Jesus. Can't even try them twice. Straight dumpster fire. Oh, just arrows all over the chest and in the heart, Duncan. You're killing me here. You're killing me. I love that line. One of my favorite lines. Just goes to show everybody has different tastes and likes different things. Also just got Kismet, and it's awesome. Jared Steele, what's going on? Sin of the day, Maison Crivelli, Iris Malakan. Sin of the night, Xerjoff Naxos. So that's the Iris fragrance I was told I need to try from the house. A bunch of people have told me. I see Sin of the day posts on IG all the time. Apparently it's phenomenal. I do need to eventually get around to that one. Here we go. Speaking of getting just stabbed in the heart over and over. Dior Homme Intense and Parfum, far too powdery for my taste 2 years ago. Oh, he turns it around. He saves it. Okay, good. Now it's a love, but I'm still not used to the rose and oud combo. So I'll tell you what, that Dior Homme Parfum, it's up there with an argument for being my favorite fragrance. You know, take the ones I created, take Evening Mystique and Business Over Pleasure completely out of the equation, and just look at releases I had nothing to do with. I don't know if that's not my favorite fragrance ever, even though I like to wear Invictus Aqua more, and I'm so situational with Dior Homme Parfum. I just hold that in such a high regard. There's an argument for it being my favorite. You know, that it's between, like, because they're just totally different experiences, obviously, with Invictus Aqua versus Dior Homme Parfum. Night and day difference. That's kind of the argument. Which is the one? If I can only have one fragrance, which is the one? I was thinking of getting La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum, but not sure. That's actually my favorite version of La Nuit de l'Homme. There's several people that enjoy it. I don't know how easy it would be to sample if you can. It's kind of like a more mature take on the original. It still has a lot of the same accords, just done a little differently. The spice is pepper. It's still got lavender, so it's bright and aromatic, and then it's got fruity notes. Instead of the sweetness from the cardamom, it's a slight fruity sweetness. Scroll down a little. I got to skip a little bit ahead, guys. Sorry, I got to skip some of your comments because I'm way behind. Always bet on Ross, so I missed something. I saw my name stand out, but I appreciate that, Jad. What's going on, Mikey? Hope your leg's feeling good today. Let's see. Rare Carbon is in the mail. Can I just say Spice Bomb Night Vision EDT is great. Super enjoyable. Really hated for no reason. Yes, yes, and more yes. Haroon, I agree completely with that statement and that sentiment. I think it's unfairly hated. It's a great fragrance. It performs really well. Anybody that's ever liked spicy fragrances, fresh and spicy fragrances, or anything about the Invictus style scent profile, because it smells like spicy, it smells like Spice Bomb mixed with Invictus. It's pretty much what it smells like. Not Invictus Aqua, regular Invictus. The sweet aquatic tone with a bunch of Spice Bomb's DNA, this fresh, spicy, peppery tone. It's so good. The EDT I've always liked. I've always felt like I was one of the few. I love the EDP even more, though. But the EDT, I agree, completely unfairly hated. Thank you for saying that. I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. So I got to, oh, you guys are really coming hard with the comments. I'm having to skip ahead a little bit. Dislike the Azara wanted line. Sorry, just don't work on me. Hey, to each their own. To each their own. I get it. Now, you're hurting Randy's feelings more than mine because the most wanted is his favorite fragrance. Amen. Pure Leather's growing on me from a hate to a like. I'd like to try that one. And Pure Tonka. Your Own Parfum was love at first sniff. Me too. One test spray. I immediately hit Kushik up back before Vinba fragrances existed, and Kushik would just had a active spreadsheet that would change on the fly with inventory. He had 4 bottles. I had bought one blindly, sprayed it, hit him up. You got any left? Yes. Bought another one. That's why I have 2 75 mLs. One spray made me buy a backup bottle. One spray. That's how much it was love at first. I've never fallen so head over heels in love with an aroma the way I did with this. I literally spent $115. Yes, I paid $115 a piece for my bottles. That's before it got ridiculous. Right before, too. A couple months before it got ridiculous. $115, blind buy, one spray. Immediately, it hadn't even dried down yet. Got another bottle on the way. Bought another bottle. One spray made me buy 2 bottles. Yeah. 72 likes, 122 people. Let's get those likes up, guys. 23 minutes in. We'll hang out for a little while. I'll do about an hour, chop it up with you guys. We still got one more fragrance of mine that had to grow on me to cover, but I'm going to keep it up on these comments for a little bit. Windsor had to grow on me. First smelled like shoe polish. There we go. After letting it sit for a while, now it smells fantastic. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Mac. That's one I need. I've only worn that once this winter. I have several bottles of that too. I need to wear it more. The Arm Parfum is a masterpiece. I agree. Defy EDP had to grow on me, but it took only a couple of wears. It's simplistic, but it's nice. It's easy going. It's peppery orange, dries down into leather. Leather vetiver. It's very simplistic, not quite one-dimensional. It's more of a 2-dimensional fragrance, but it's just easy going. It's really that good. La Nuit de l'Homme Le Parfum is fantastic. I agree. Saw 5 ml of Citrine EDP on the website. Wondered if it's a misprint. Chanel Egoiste is one I've always loved. I know you made EM and BOP, but are they your favorite fragrances? Oh, hands down. That's why anytime these favorite questions come up, I try to take those out of it because it's obvious choices. Of course. I mean, I wouldn't the one you got to create be your favorite, if it's exactly what you wanted it to be, top to bottom, performance, story, packaging, everything exactly the way you wanted it to be. Wouldn't that be your favorite? I mean, if we're going to put my 2 fragrances back in, then yeah, I'll take those 2 over all of this shit. All of it, every single time, but that's the obvious answer. So I try to keep it a little bit more interesting, and let's look at stuff I had nothing to do with. That's, widely available and doesn't have the bias of it being my creations with Claude. You know what I mean? So I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it does. L'Homme Intense is my wife's favorite for me to wear. I think it's just okay. My wife's a big fan of that one too. I don't wear it that much. I think it's pretty good. It's not something that makes me reach for it all the time. So I get where you come from with that, Duncan. Latafa Kamra, good stuff. Wow, where did you get that? Oh, talking to somebody else. Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme 2012. It's clean, masculine, classy. Got this in the mail today. I consider this a gentleman's scent. It absolutely is, sir. 100% nailed that. It's a great business professional's scent everyday wear. Great to wear. If you wear a suit every day to work, oh man, that's one of the 10 best ever in the designer market when it comes to, a business professional. Absolutely. Polo Green had to grow on me. Each time I wear it, I notice a few notes. It really is a complex grower. What an interesting phrase. A complex grower. I like that. I might have to steal that or borrow that if you don't mind. I like that. That's a good way to put that. Good Saturday to you as well, Scott. So I got to skip a few of these. So brace yourself for another arrow. I still haven't warmed up the First Instinct together. Smells like Skittles to me. You don't like Skittles? That one don't hurt me as much because it's super cheap and synthetic. I get it. Not everybody's going to like it. You know, it's just a great dice roll. You know, I like to talk about these cheap blind buys. I call them dice rolls. I'll roll the dice on damn near any fragrance for under $30 if it interests me in any way, shape, or form. With the name, the brand it's coming from, the packaging, blindly, not knowing notes on it or anything. I call them dice rolls. I'll roll the dice on it. You know what I mean? Don't hit every time. I hit more often than not on at least being, you know, pretty good. But I do have those occasional misses. And that's one that I just fell in love with. I thought it was a great dice roll so much so I bought multiple bottles of it. I have multiple bottles. So no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? It's all good. 78 likes, 120 people. We can do better than this, guys. Hit that thumbs up for me if you don't mind. Little quick thumbs up. It is what it is. I'll keep it for myself. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I see a lot of great people in the chat tonight. Shout outs to all. I still need to try Alexandria's Leather Intense for Dior Homme Parfum Experience. That's accessible to the masses in North America. I've heard it's pretty good. I just haven't tried it myself. The reason it doesn't really interest me is because anytime I want Dior Homme Parfum, I'm just going to spray it because I'm fortunate enough to have it, you know. BR540 really didn't jive with me at first, but now I love it. And the profile in general, especially on my lady. Same. I like it on me and on my wife. I love the BR540 scent profile, the EDP and the X-Straight, and twists on it too. I really like that. Nice mini review from Sephora you had done. Yeah, it was quick first impressions. I just left Chipotle, which the audio for some reason hadn't picked up. So it's weird. The intro is weird. But I had just left the Chipotle across the parking lot. And I was like, you know what? I haven't gone in a while. It's inside of Kohl's. So I went and run over there and saw it. And I was like, well, this is the one for me to check out that I haven't checked out of all this stuff. I've smelled all the other stuff that's in there. Aiming for the spring, I guess, for a new release. Ross, I got my live stream mic issue fixed on my phone. AirPods, LOL. You're welcome tomorrow night. Come on. And Neeb is coming if you want to chop it up. I might just do that. Two of my favorite people, you and Neeb. Count me in. Count me in. I'll stumble across it at some point and I'll come jump in and say hello. My wife says I'm a complex grower. Ha ha ha. That's what she said, right? Shout outs to your wife. I love Givenchy Gentleman EDP. It's more versatile than DHI. I agree. I agree with that statement, Jason. I agree with that statement. I find Dior Homme Intense is a bit more formal, though I do wear it casually. I smell like I should be going to a black tie event when I wear it. Not buying Pure Tonka in 2018 when Marshalls had it for $50. Well, I mean, it's 5 years ago, though. you have to remember that's long past. Uomo Aqua. Not sure about it yet. Okay, that's a good one. I kind of cherish that one. I only wear it in the summer. I don't wear it that often. I have a 75 ml. That's one of the more unique soapy iris fragrances to ever come out. For sure. 9 p.m. came yesterday. Very nice, but to my nose, it's just a little too playful. Granted, I'm 29. It's a nice fragrance nonetheless. I mean, it's very fruity. It's much more fruity than Ultra Male even is, which Ultra Male is more screechy in the opening and synthetic, a little scratchy, you know, cheaper smelling, even though it's much more expensive. That's why I say 9 p.m. is the better of the two. Took me a while to enjoy Dior Homme Intense. Had to go on an iris journey for a bit before I could appreciate it. Hey, to each their own, man. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Wasn't a big fan of Explorer, to be honest. Okay, so here's a great segue. So that is my third choice. This one had to grow on me. I didn't like this for a long time. I had a decant. Shout out to Miguel. He gave me a 5 ml decant. I went through almost the whole decant. This was 2019. And I was just, don't care for the opening. So fast forward a few years, I decided, you know what? Let me try again. I just jumped on FragranceNet, bought this 60 ml for $30 after the discount code. And I did my review on it on overhyped. You know, my full review talks about how it's overhyped. And I still believe it to be. I do. Because there's a lot of people that treat this like a 10 out of 10. I still, to this day, even though I really like it now, Still not a 10 out of 10. Not a 9 out of 10. I still think that 7.5 range that I gave it is where it's at. It's a very good fragrance. And I think one of the things that sways me to like it even more is my wife really enjoys it. And after I shave with an Aventus scent profile, this is my favorite fragrance to reach for to spray after a shave when I'm in the mood for the scent profile. So I've grown to really enjoy this fragrance. The versatility is there. I respect what it's able to do because it's not really that much of an Aventus clone. It's more inspired by in many ways. But it's so versatile. This is great every day. Let's spray it in there. A lot of bergamot, you know. It's got that woodiness, a little bit of a leathery feel. I don't even remember if any leather's in there. It's got some ambroxan. It's very fresh, beautiful. Wife loves this one. She's a big, big fan. I smell it in the air. It smells lovely. I don't think it's the best designer fragrance out there. I don't even think it's one of the best out there, but I do think it's very good. That's why I do recommend it on occasion when it fits certain topics, because I do wear it. I do enjoy it. And I've come to really respect this fragrance for what it is. I respect Mont Blanc Explorer. That's the biggest thing for me. So it's funny you bring up Explorer, but this is the third one of the three I wanted to discuss. This one took years to grow on me. It wasn't consistent efforts. It was a pretty, you know, all-out effort at first. Gave up on it for a few years, tried again. Come to really like it. Mont Blanc Explorer. That was my third pick, as a matter of fact. Bria, how are you? Dior Oud Isofan. Okay. Gonna try the new. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get a sample. That's gonna be the way to go for me, because if it's just too redundant, like the reformulation of YEDT. I have 2 bottles of the old formula. It's nice. It is superior in many ways, but too redundant. I have 2 bottles of the original. I have a 60 ml of the EDP, and I don't wear it all the time. I have a ton of fragrances. If it's too redundant to the EDP, I'm not going to get it. Live Intense was different enough. Eau Fraiche was different enough. Le Parfum is different enough. That's why I'm getting that one in the month of February. I'm going to get that one. I love it. I'm almost out of my decant. I don't know. I got to try this one first. Even if I got to go to Sephora or Macy's or whatever to try it, I'm not blind buying that one. And it's probably going to be great. My worry is redundancy. I'm trying to cut back as much new redundancy as I can. It's going to be inevitable. I'm always going to continue to bring redundancy into my collection because I review fragrances on the social media. It's the inevitable. But I'm going to try to limit it. I will get a decant so I can talk about it with you guys, not just experience on my own. I want to give you guys my thoughts, but I'm not just buying a bottle just to do it though. I've got to really like it, even if it's redundant. But if it's just phenomenal, then I'll get it. You know, if it's like, I need a bottle of this. Sometimes I'll smell something like, oh, yeah, gotta have it. L'Homme EDP. I'm gonna get a bottle of that. I like it. I like it a lot. It does dry down to just stronger L'Homme. The booziness fades. Kohl's is partnering with Sephora. Yeah, I went to Sephora in Kohl's yesterday. That's what this morning's video. I put out 2 videos today. I put out the L'Homme EDP first impressions in Sephora. That was the first video today. And then I did a full review of Eros Parfum. Love the Ventus. Go figure. Strong with you intensely is the scent of the night. All right, so I got to skip ahead. I'm just going to click skip to the bottom. Here we go. Did my smoke detector go off? No, that was an alert because I put things in my calendar. So it went off on my phone first, then on my watch was what that was, Randy. You think that's what a smoke detector, that's a useless smoke detector if that's all the alert it would be. That's useless. Bentley Absolute took more than a couple wearings to grow on you. Okay. But why though? Ha ha ha. Mont Blanc Explorer, really that close? No, it's more its own thing. It's got more differences than similarities. You're going to get the vibe. You're going to get the feeling. It's obvious they were going that route. But it does kind of walk its own path. Like it starts down the street and then it hits a fork and kind of walks its, does a parallel move where it can see the road, the other road, but it's not on the other road. Does that make sense? Does that analogy work for you? That's kind of how I think a good way to put it would be. Papa Smurf, how are you? See what fragrance. Hi, chat. 1 million Privé wasn't my thing, but now it's my favorite. It's still my favorite. 1 million Privé is still my favorite. Lucky's a close second. I think I'm going to get Elixir this month too. Y Le Parfum and 1 million Elixir, I think, are my next fragrance haul. Kalan, still not a fan. Super polarized. I love it, but I understand why a lot of people don't, because it is a weird fragrance. Most wanted by night. Oh, so Azaro wanted by night on Ross's recommendation. Was not a fan, but wore it more in the cold weather, and I can't get enough of it. Yeah, it's definitely great for the cold. I like to wear that one during the day in the cold, more so than its name would dictate at night. 132 people, 94 likes. We're getting there. Can we get over 100 likes? What do you guys think? Can we get over 100? I appreciate all of you being here on this random Saturday early evening, late afternoon live stream. F Black was not originally my cup of tea. Now I love it. When I first tried YEDT, instantly reminded me of Millesime Imperial. I guess I can kind of see the vibe there, but scent profile, maybe not so much. But I can understand where you're coming from. Love Explore, my favorite behind Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue, some good stuff. 2/3 of my collection are fall winters. Got to get more blues and freshies. I mean, you can't go wrong with those. Shout outs to Juan. I have YSL in the store. I'm afraid about it being redundant. So you have the new EDP Intense. You already secured a bottle. Have you tried it yet? And for those of you that don't know, I'm glad Juan showed up. I still need to set the live up tomorrow. 6 o'clock Central tomorrow on this channel. Me, Joey, and Juan. We got 5 live drawings giveaways. Live drawings. So make sure you go to the live stream I did with Juan. There's a timestamp at the top of the chat. Okay, I get it. Same alert. Same alert. Go to the top of the comment section. I pinned a comment with the timestamp, so you can just go to the part with the giveaway instructions for my video with Juan and my video with Joey Cannoli. So that's how you'll be able to enter for all 5. There's 2 to enter still for Joey, 3 to still enter for Joey, and 2 to still enter for Juan. So make sure you guys go do that if you want to be a part of it anyways. And no, you do not have to be present to win, but you will have a week to claim your prize, or I will redraw. I'm going for Cody. It'd be a nice twist, but with Sammy, I'm good either way. That's why I wanted to do this. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know nothing. The pre-show's probably started already. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up in a few minutes. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. I enjoy the Royal Rumble more than WrestleMania because I like the surprises, and they better bring it tonight. Notice I said bring it. Team bring it. You know what I mean? I would love to see The Rock pop up because they're kind of like, oh, he can't do it. I think they're just trying to swerve people. But that's fantasy booking and me being hopeful. So we'll see. I'd still like to see The Rock at WrestleMania with Roman Reigns. And Sammy versus Sammy at Elimination Chamber next month. Because the breakup's happening with the bloodline. Anyways, enough wrestling talk for now. And getting me pumped up. It's Royal Rumble season. Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season. Bottled Night, so good, so underrated. Smells like a smoky bar of soap. Like burning incense while taking a nice bath with just not a cheap-ass bar of soap, like a really good smelling lavender bar of soap. It's good stuff. Nobody talks about that anywheres. I thought it broke. Yeah, not quite. Not yet. I'll have it, but I'll have once I get it. Have your opinion once you get it? I guess you mean. Of course you'll have it once you get it. Let's see. A rare sighting. I stopped sending Justin the link because he's always too damn busy. And right now he's laughing. Justin, love your fragrance. Now I need F Black again. I mean, you can get it cheap. Why the hell not? What's up, Justin and Juan? I want to smell YSL Baby Cat, not paying the eBay prices. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I'd like to get my nose on it too. Had a date night, didn't know what to wear, so I went with Cedrat Boisé. Was a success. I mean, you can't go wrong. There's not a bad situation to wear that fragrance. Hey, Celtics going for Cody Rhodes. I mean, I'm a Cody Rhodes guy. I'd like to see Cody win. I'd like to see Cody headline WrestleMania, but I'd also like to see The Rock. Here's my ideal scenario. Okay, I'm going to hit you guys with it. Number 30, 3, 2, 1. Lights go black. Anticipation. If you smell, hits. Comes in, wins the Rumble. Obviously, he's not in shape to do, come midway through the Rumble. The follow-up Monday, explain why he's there. This is my table. You're claiming to have a seat at. Tribal chief, what? All that stuff. The story could be great. he could be the one person to humble him. They could do a 2 out of 3 over the next couple of months. Roman gets the belt back later. Then they could do the feud with Cody. That's my thought process, because he'll beat Sammy. Him and Sammy will have a killer match at Elimination Chamber. I do think that's going to happen because the breakup's happening with the Bloodline. But that's my thought process anyways. Savage had to grow on me. Probably the only one. Justin said thank you to Duncan. Sorry, Fat Boy, cheering for the Chiefs, my friend. The defensive back coach. What's up, Jared? Everybody telling Justin hello. Best Yugo Boss to buy is my first. You know, a safe one would be Boss Bottled Eau de Parfum that nobody gives a chance. It's kind of like the blue fragrance version of Boss Bottled. It still maintains that spicy apple pie kind of smell, but it's cardamom instead of cinnamon. And there's a lot of sage. If you like sage in a fragrance, it ties a lot of blue fragrance DNAs together. It's actually really good. Nobody gives it any love. It's kind of immediately become a forgotten Boss Bottled flanker. Came out like 2 years ago. It's actually really good. I would say give that one a shot. Obviously, sample first if you can. I wouldn't just say roll the dice on it, but it is a pretty safe, easygoing play. If you are going to just roll the dice on it, you can find it for a pretty good price too, $40 some odd range, or maybe get a small. I would say get a smaller bottle if you are going to roll the dice, if you have a decent sized collection. But definitely try to sample first. Avoid blind buying if you can. Second Soup. I know he meant Soul. Second Soul is legit, amazing dry down. I agree. I mean, I've not bought it yet, but I have samples for sale. I know what you meant, Juan. I'm just busting your balls. So why EDP Intense? When the time comes within the next couple of weeks, guys, there will be decants available in Juan's store, fatboyfragrance.com. Going to get ready and head out with the wife. Birthday drinking time. Well, enjoy. I will see you for your birthday tomorrow live here on YouTube, guys. Juan's having his birthday dinner with the wife tonight. Then he's hanging with us for his birthday. He's going to watch the Eagles game, and he's hanging with us, and we're going to be giving some cool shit away. So have a great night, Juan. Let's see. You can intern The Rock at number 1, and he would dominate. But that's not going to happen, though. They're going to protect The Rock. They would put him in 30. If was a skiff, we'd all be fishing. I get it. If it's going to happen, it's going to be at number 30. That's also the only way the lights, because they're not going to just have his music hit. It would be very dramatic for him to come out. So the lights would black out everything. Enjoy your dinner, Juan. Happy birthday, Juan. Enjoy. So on that note, we've done 43 minutes roughly. We had about 130-ish people for the most part. I had a great crowd. Appreciate you guys coming. It was great to chop it up. Just to recap, the one that took the longest to grow on me, Mont Blanc Explorer. Recent release, Invictus Platinum, that smelled like Robitussin at first. Very strange. And then today's scent of the day, and also the full review I put out today, was Eros Parfum. This one grew on me pretty quickly, as I knew it would. But thank you guys for engaging and telling me some stories about some of the fragrances that were like that for you. It's always great to chop it up with you guys. I thank you all for being here. Happy Royal Rumble Eve, guys. You wrestling fans, let's have a great night. Hopefully it's going to be everything we want it to be. And I will see you guys tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central on this channel. 5 live drawing giveaways with me, Juan from Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews, and Joey Cannoli from Joey Cannoli Raw. Again, make sure to go check out those live stream replays. There's a comment that I pinned at the top of each of them with a timestamp, so you can go see the giveaway instructions for you to be entered. So catch you guys on the next one. Y'all have a great one.